Name me one person, alive or dead, that has never made a mistake or never failed. I will wait. Name me one single person that has never made an error, never made a mistake, never failed. Name me just simple one person. As we grow, is something that is everywhere around the world. The fear of failures, fear of mistake, fear of being wrong. Can we all agree, or do we all understand that error is just another form of experience? Mistakes are just another form of experience. Failures are just another form of experience. But we want to deny, we want to ignore the error, the mistake, the failures because it's painful, because society doesn't applaud us because we fell or we made a mistake, but because our parents, our friends, our co-workers, our boss, our manager, whoever it is, whenever we fail or make a mistake, they're gonna make fun of us, they're gonna put us down, or they might fire us. I hope you can understand something, that error, mistakes, failures are simply just another form of experience. And you walking around not wanting to fail, not wanting to make a mistake, it's not gonna lead you nowhere. Allow yourself to fail, allow yourself to make a mistake, allow yourself to be wrong, because it's part of the human being experience. Because a failure is simply an experience, a mistake is just an experience, right? And how often our our biggest mistakes or our biggest failures end up being our greatest lessons or our greatest gift? How often? I'm going to ask you again. How often your biggest mistakes or your biggest failures end up being your greatest lessons or your greatest gifts? How often? But whenever we just fail or made a mistake, those thoughts don't come in our mind. Oh my God, I fell. Oh my God, I made a mistake. I must be a horrible person. Oh my God, I did the wrong thing. Stop that. Switch that perception that you have and start seeing your failures, your mistake as simply another form of experience. Me, I was a victim of that. I spent a lot of years of my past life beating myself up because of my mistakes or my failures, not trying to fail, trying to say the right thing, trying to do the right thing all the time. Until, guess what? I got tired of pretending. I got tired of faking that I know everything and that I can never make a mistake. And I started publicly and privately accepting, assuming, saying my mistakes, saying my failures, saying the things I don't know, pointing the finger at myself whenever I made a mistake, whenever I'm wrong, whenever I fail, because I have accepted. Do you know how many mistakes I make per month or per year? A lot. Do you know how much time I fail? A lot. But does that stop me from living? No. Does that stop me from going after the life I want? No. Does that stop me from being happy? No. Does that stop me from growing? No, it doesn't. Because I have learned to see my failures, my mistakes as simply another experience. I'm not ashamed of my failures. I'm not ashamed of my mistakes. I'm not ashamed of saying, hey, I am wrong. I have been wrong a lot of time in the past and in the present, and I might be in the future, and that for me is okay. Because every failure, every mistake, every time I'm wrong, I'm simply experiencing an experience, and that's okay for me. Because as a human being that I am allowed to. How much happy will you be if you start seeing your failures, your mistakes as simply a life experience? Or if you want, you can see your failures, your mistake as feedback. That every time you fail or you made a mistake, simply ask yourself, what can I learn from this? What is this trying to teach me? And because whenever you fail or you make a mistake, that allows you to change perspective, to change directions. At least to me, every time I made a mistake or I fell, instead of me beating myself up, I stop. I recognize, I name, I accept that I have made a mistake. I accept that I'm wrong. I accept that is a failure. And then I ask myself, what can I learn from this? Because if I did something and it didn't work, Okay, from my failure or my mistake, I can shift perspective. I can shift direction. I can shift my strategies. But a lot of people walk in this life without even paying attention to their mistakes or their failures because they are so caught up in trying to be perfect, trying to know everything, trying to do everything right. At least that's not me. I don't know everything. I have failed. I have made a lot of mistakes. I still fail. I still make mistakes. But I don't beat myself up because of my failures and my mistakes. Whenever I fail, if you know me personally, you know that. Whenever I fail, I'm gonna tell you, hey, it's me. I'm the one who's wrong. It's my fault. It's my mistake. It's my failure. I am not ashamed of saying I am wrong. I am not ashamed of saying this was my mistake. This was my failure. And then and I ask you, when was the last time you simply analyze and take time to reflect on your own mistakes and reflect on your own failures? Are just failures, mistakes are part of life experience, because all the mistakes, all the failure you have made all over your life have led you in your current reality. I'm going to say it again. All your failures, all your errors, all your mistakes have created your current life experience, have created your current reality. Because if you didn't make all the mistakes, all the failures that you did in the past, you wouldn't be having the life experience you have right now. Why? Because failures, mistakes are simply another form or experience. Failures, mistakes are possibilities. So might as well embrace and accept those possibilities instead of trying to hide them, put them down, be ashamed of them, reject them. No. Failures, mistakes are possibilities. Accept, allow yourself to be okay, to be comfortable with failing, with making mistakes. It's going to allow you to grow. It's going to allow you to evolve. It's going to allow you to improve. I have made a lot of mistakes. I fail. I can do the wrong thing. I can, in the past, in the present too. But I embrace it. I am not ashamed of my mistakes. I am not ashamed of my failures, because I understand that my failures and my mistakes are simply another form of experience. That's it. And I'm going to ask you again, name me one single person, alive or dead, that never made a mistake, that never failed, or that wasn't wrong at all in the whole experience. Name me one person. If you find out one person, please put it in the comments. But in the meantime, I'm going to remind you again. And I'm going to ask you this question to finish the video. How often do your biggest mistakes or your biggest failures turn out to be your greatest lessons, your greatest teachers? How often? Thank you for your attention. See you in my next video.